Hello dear viewers, welcome to our TV program of Regular MBA, Commonwealth Executive MBA, BBA and PGDM program offered by School of Business, Bangladesh Open University. Today we will discuss the topic Market Segmentation of Principles of Marketing course. The topic will cover the followings. What is market segmentation? What are the levels of market segmentation? Basis for segmenting the consumer market? How can we segment business market? How can we segment international market? Dear viewers, you know nowadays company can't appeal to all of its buyers or all the buyers in the same way because individual consumer groups have different needs and marketer can't satisfy all the groups by offering one product. That's why marketers are nowadays converted from mass marketing concept to segment marketing. But we need to know what does it mean, the market segmentation. That's why we just look on the screen to see the definition of market segmentation. Through market segmentation, companies divide large heterogeneous market into smaller segments that can be reached more efficiently and effectively with products and services that match their unique needs. So dear viewers, we can see from the definition that market segmentation means division of market on the basis of some bases. And now we just see on the screen about the different levels of market segmentation. Levels of market segmentation includes the number one is mass marketing, which means same product to all consumers. Second one is segment marketing, which means different products to one or more segments. Third one is niche marketing, which means different products to subgroups within segments. And fourth one is micro marketing, which means products to suit the tastes of individuals and locations, which also known as complete segmentation. Micro marketing can also be categorized in two categories. One is local marketing and another one is individual marketing. Local marketing means tailoring brands, promotions to local customer groups, and individual marketing means tailoring products and programs to the needs of individual customers. Dear students, you just know about the different levels of market segmentation. You know there are basically two types of market. One is consumer market and another one is business market. Right now we discuss about the different bases for segmenting consumer market. The bases are, first of all, geographic segmentation, then demographic segmentation, psychographic segmentation, and behavioral segmentation. you just see the different pages of market segmentation. At first, we discuss the geographical segmentation, which means that divide the market on the basis of different geographical units. Now, you can see on screen the pages of geographical segmentation. We can divide the geographical segmentation according to the world region or country like Bangladesh, India, Sri Lanka, like in that way. We can also divide according to the city or metro size like Dhaka city, Chittagong city, Rajshahi and Khulna, and we can also divide the market on the basis of density or climatic condition like the warm weather and the cold weather. Dear students, now we see one of the very important and popular ways of segmenting consumer market is demographical segmentation. You know, demography means the study of human population on the basis of some characteristics. Now we see the different variables of demographical segmentation. The basis of age, gender, family size or life cycle, income, occupation, education, religion, race, generation and nationality. For dividing the consumer market, demographic segmentation is the most popular basis and easiest to measure. Dear learner, another major important basis of consumer market segmentation is psychographic segmentation. The psychographic segmentation includes the following variables. Now you can see that on the screen. Psychographic segmentation divides the buyers into different groups based on social class, lifestyle and personality. We know in the society there are different types of social class like upper, lower, middle class. In that way we can divide the social class, and people have different types of lifestyle pattern. Some are very introvert in nature, some are extrovert, and they have also different personality as well. Now we discuss the last basis of consumer market segmentation is behavioral segmentation. The behavioral segmentation includes the following variables which we can see on screen. We can divide the market on the basis of occasions, benefits, user status, usage rate, loyalty status, readiness stage, attitude toward product. Like occasion means that is we can buy product in different occasions. For Muslims, they can buy the product in like Eid al-Fitr, Eid al-Adha. We also buy the product on the basis of different benefits we are getting from a product. User's status also tells what type of product user will buy. User's rate determine what quantity of product the user will buy. We can also buy the product on the basis of brand loyalty, and readiness and attitude toward product also influence for behavioral segmentation. Till now you know how can we divide the consumer market, but another major important market is business market. That is, marketer need to also divide the business market as well. Before going to that discussion, we just try to know in brief about what is consumer market and what is business market. Consumer market means where the individual consumers buy the good for their ultimate consumption, and business market encompasses the buyers who buy the goods or services not for ultimate consumption but for further production or reproduction. Now we just see on the screen the different bases of business market. These are pretty similar with the bases like consumer market segmentation. The bases of business market segmentation includes, you can see, its actually the business markets use many of the same consumer variables plus demographic, operating variables, purchasing approaches, situational factors, and personal characteristics. Here demographic means when a business buy the products, we need to estimate the demographic size of that business market. We also need to estimate the operating variables and purchasing approaches. There are different types of purchasing approaches, that is some organization buy on open tender basis, some might buy on a spot quotation or like that. We also need to consider the situational factors when the organizations or the business want to buy the product, and we also need to consider the personal characteristics, that is the business markets characteristics. Dear students, you know nowadays company actually not marketing their product in the domestic market. They also like to marketing its product also globally. That's why nowadays marketer has also the intention to divide the international market. Now we just try to give a quick look of segmentation basis of international market on the screen. We can see the different bases of international market. We can divide the international market on the basis of geographical location, economic factors, political and legal factors, and cultural factors. Geographical location means that is we can divide the international market on the basis of different country or geographical proximity, like Asian countries, European countries, American countries, like that way. We can also divide the international market on the basis of different economic factors, like per capita income of that country, the purchasing power of the citizens of that country. We can consider that. And we can also need to consider the different political aspect and the legal frameworks of that country. Beside that, cultural factors is one of the major factors which actually we need to consider for dividing the international market. We can also consider the cultural framework of that country, the customs, rules, norms actually followed by the citizen of that countries. Dear learners, we are at the rim of our discussion. Now we just give a quick look at what we have learned today. You can see on screen. So we have learned what is market segmentation. Basically, market segmentation means the division of the market on the basis of some homogeneous characteristics. Secondly, we have learned what are the levels of market segmentation. We saw that there are different levels like mass marketing, segment marketing, then niche marketing, and micro marketing. We also learned the different bases for segmenting the consumer market. The segmentation basis includes the demographical factors, geographical factors, the behavioral and psychological factors. And we also learned about how can we segment business market. It includes demographics, operating characteristics, purchasing approaches, and situational and personal characteristics. We have also learned today how can we segment international market. So the basis includes geographical location, economic factors, political and legal factors, and cultural factors. Dear viewers, this is the end of our today's discussion. If you have any queries, you can contact with your tutor at your nearest tutorial centers. Thank you all, and we invite you to see our next programs. Thank you.